This man's response was a little much. He's basically, I said, Doug, and he's gone, ah, good one. And I said, it's not. I don't know why. I think I was still in Frownland, and I was like, it's not a good name. And he said, it is. So I said, it's not. So this is what's happening. I'm having an argument with a stranger in the dog park about whether or not my dog's name is good, and I'm not on the side you'd assume I'd be on. And his dog had shoes on. We had more important things to talk about. But he said, we're going, it's a bad name. It's a good name. Eventually, he's like, look, it's a good name because Doug, dogs dig, Doug. Now, it was a singularly humiliating moment as a professional comedian. I had my own joke that I hadn't even thought of explained back to me. As if I had thought of it, but just forgot. Like, I didn't notice. I'd had Doug for over a year. Hadn't fucking clocked that his name was a pun. Humiliated. So I did what any reasonable, mature person would do. I lied. I said no. His name's Douglas, and I named him after the pouch of Douglas, I will have you know. And he said, what is the pouch of Douglas? And it's a fair question because the pouch of Douglas is an obscured situation. So I explained. I said, the pouch of Douglas is a bit of potential space that exists, and it's situated between the anal cavity and the uterus in the female biological sex reproductive environment. At the dog park! And this guy did not blink. He's just frozen. And he started frowning, and I know he was suddenly working very hard, and I took that look of fear mingled with vague repulsion and mistook it for genuine curiosity. And I thought, this man wants to know more. So I explained, it's neither front nor back. It's sort of right in the middle. It's in fanny neutral territory. We'll call it Fanny Switzerland. And it doesn't have its own entrance, I said, as if that made it all better. Like, you can't just get to it. Although, if you were to stick your thumb up the bum and your finger up the relevant vagine and clap, that bit in there, that's your pouch of Douglas, in there, at the dog park. Because it's not an actual thing, it's just there. It's a crawl space for emergencies. The best way I can explain it is this, right? You've got a suitcase and you want to open the suitcase. You take the zip and you take the zip all the way around the suitcase, but when you go to open the suitcase, it does not open because you have not used the zip. You've used the funny zip, which does go all the way around the suitcase, but it doesn't fucking open. It just mocks you. So when you go to open the suitcase, it just does that. And now you have not opened the suitcase, but what you've done is you've created a bit of extra space in there, and you can't see it, and you can't access it. But you know it's there. That is the pouch of Douglas. Thank you. I'm delighted. I'm delighted you enjoyed my explanation of the pouch of Douglas because my friend at the dog park did not. I just still can't get over that there's something inside of me, in a very particular part of my body, called the pouch of Douglas. It's fucking weird, borderline not okay. But it is also a reminder that we do live in a world where everything has been named by men. Like everything. Everything. And that was named after a man, Dr. James Douglas, who was an 18th century Scottish man midwife. What an uncomfortable collection of demographics that is. Like, do not headline your LinkedIn with that. That is a mistake. Now, it was named after Dr. James Douglas because apparently he found it first. What a day. What a day he must have been having. Just rummaging around a lady cadaver, rummage. Hobbies were different then. He must have just found her funny zip and then saw it sitting there, all void, no name, at which point Dr. James Douglas must have thought, well, this is it. This is my short legacy. Honestly, it just never ceases to amaze me how little men have to do in order to be remembered. He found a not thing and called dibs. we would live in a very different world if women had participated in the naming of things. Like, do you fellas honestly believe you'd have balls if women had been at that meeting? No, because here's the thing. Women don't think of your testicles as a sport or a game. You like to play with them. That is your bag and your bag alone. Cool story. But how would you like it if we'd have given you Karen's handful? How the fuck would you like that? Just having a yodie woman with a grip around your tenderloins all fucking day. How would you like that? I'm so sorry. I'm clearly not an expert. What is this? I am sorry. I think in my mind's eye, Karen is a marionette. Just, what do balls? I had to see a doctor. This was a while ago, because I had some issues with my Douglas environment, very broadly speaking. And my regular doctor was away, so I was seeing her replacement. Now, the replacement doctor was not a doctor I would ever have chosen for myself. We weren't a good match. We didn't get along from the get-go. He was a fucking arrogant asshole. I mean, he was a qualified doctor as well. Yes, absolutely. But that is a Venn diagram with a lot of crossover. We're going to call him Dr. Dick Biscuit. Okay, there it is. Now, Dr. Dick Biscuit decided, after running no tests, that the solution to my Douglas malaise was that I should go on the pill. The pill. There's more proof men have named all the things. The pill. That's a bit fucking vague, isn't it? Most things you prescribe, doctor, could be called a pill. It's like, yes, but this is the pill. The pill. It sounds like this is just a giant pill in the town square we all scurry out and nibble on. It's Monday. What does it do? Witchcraft. Shut up. Call it a pill. And I said to Dr. Dick Biscuit, I said, look, I don't want to take the pill. I've been on the pill before, and the pill tends to give me suicidal ideation. You thought I was all out of trauma. Now, Dr. Dick Biscuit didn't enjoy me bringing that to the table being a consultation about my body. He's like, no, thank you very much. And you know what he did? He shushed me. He said, you will do well to listen to me. It was our first fight. And I did what I always do in a bit of conflict. I made a joke. This was my joke. I said, instead of going on the pill, how about I have a hysterectomy? Yep, you get it. I don't know why he didn't get it. As far as jokes go, that's a classic. I can't think of a context where that wouldn't be a joke. Like, on what planet would I have control over my own body? Not this one. So clearly, it's a joke. And also, it should have been clear that I was joking because I used jokey words. I didn't use formal terminology. I did not say hysterectomy. What I said was, why don't we just whip out the whole kit and caboodle? And then if that wasn't clear enough, I was joking. I followed up with, besides, I've heard decluttering is in fashion, doctor. And this does not spark joy. Thank you. I'm delighted. I'm delighted you enjoyed that joke. Because Dr. Dick Biscuit did not. He did not get my joke. And so I did not get his humanity. And things just escalated from there. And he just began shouting at me, right? And when he just fully laid into me, at which point I began to cry. And then Dr. Dick Biscuit took my distress as proof. His diagnosis was correct. Clearly, I was hormonal. Classic cop-out, Dick Biscuit. Fuck me. Men calling women hormonal, pretty much it's the #1 hobby of mankind of all time. Like, a man is allowed to call a woman hormonal just whenever a woman says or does something a man failed to predict. That's it. It's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that, so clearly you're just a clusterfuck of internalized chaos. You make up to be a bitch. Like, men call women hormonal as if men don't have hormones. That's the bit that shits me. Because newsflash, fellas, you've got hormones. And sometimes you get testy. Yeah, you do. Sometimes Karen gives it a bit of a squeeze. And you get upset, and fair enough, you're only human. Happens to the best of us. Look, I've been known to want to nibble a bit of dark chocolate on a full moon. I don't know. Witchcraft. But I've never had to punch a door. So we all have our things, fellas. Like, honestly, what do you think boys will be boys means if men are so good at neutralizing their hormones? Like, it's not the convenient alibi for sexual assault that so many people are so desperate for it to mean. Do you know what boys will be boys means? It means we are not preparing our boys for the real world. It means we know. We know that boys are at the mercy of their hormones. We're just culturally incapable of holding them accountable for their actions, so we hold women accountable. Stop it! Bait, you fucking idiots! Bait! Leave it! It's not for you. It's not a rally. Fuck. Every time I do that, I feel like I've got to walk around the bait. Look, I don't need my hormones to be unreasonable. I would just love men to know that. Like, I can just be unreasonable because I don't want to. I have plenty of what I call pufferfish moments, right? You know pufferfish, this fish that gets startled and then go, oh, this is a solution. It's not. That's what happens. I get filled with this impotent fury and I can't do anything about whatever it is I'm angry about because I'm just like, oh, if you eat me, I'll fuck you up, but otherwise I'm just over here. And it's only little things that'll set the pufferfish off. Little things, not the big picture, little things, like the paleo diet. Don't even look sideways at me with that shit. Because my response is out of control. It's disproportionate. Someone will just innocently say, oh, I'm on the paleo, and I'll go, are ya? First of all, I don't care. 2, your breath stinks. Eat some fucking fibre, for fuck's sake. 3, we don't know what they ate. We have no clue what Paleolithic humans actually ate. But we are dead certain they didn't eat cauliflower popcorn, you prick! And you see, it doesn't matter where on my cycle I am. Same rage. Where's Waldo's another one? Fuck him. Because why's Waldo? Why? Why? Why have we wasted so many hours out of the lives of generations of children looking for that prick? Because you look and you look, and looking is an investment. You're caring, and then you start to worry. I hope he's okay. And then you find him, and nothing is ever the matter. Ever. He's only ever on holiday, having quite a nice time of it. Fuck you, Waldo! He should have to find himself like the rest of us have to. Honestly. You want to see a children's book illustration of white male privilege, it is that guy. Because here is a man who makes no effort to help himself, yet fully expects everybody on Earth to give a shit about his whereabouts at all times. Just change your ugly fucking jumper, mate. To be honest, that one does fluctuate depending on the moon and the tides. But ultimately, what a waste of my emotional resources. I also waste them on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Big issue. It's Donatello, I'll tell you for why. Now, if you didn't know, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are a street gang, and weirdly, that is not my issue. It's a comic book, television, film franchise, and the target demographic for it is pretty much young boys. Now, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have names. They are Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, and Donatello. They are named after Renaissance artists, because nothing says frescoes like nunchucks, am I right? I'm not right. Now, the interesting thing about the Renaissance, what we popularly understand as the Renaissance, is the Italian High Renaissance, and that was a very short art movement, 20 years over. It went from 1500 to 1520, done. Now, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, all at the height of their artistic prowess during those 20 years. Donatello, oh no, he was dead. Dead by 1465. He does not belong in their street gang. He's dead. Do you know who belongs in that street gang? Titian. By rights, it should be Titian. Do you know why Titian? Do you know why Titian is not in that street gang? Because the target demographic of that television show could not handle a name that begins with tit because of their fucking hormones. We are not preparing our boys for the